My next most confident one, Utah to make the college football playoff. I've seen it anywhere from plus 270 to plus 300 shopping around. I got it at plus 280.
It's an interesting pick, and first of all, welcome to the Utah bandwagon. Just a couple years late from the
I'm
train that
timing my entrance at the right time. I think
you are timing it at a what appears to be a very favorable time, right? You're getting your quarterback back. We hope. I mean, we think Cam Rising is back for his 8th year of eligibility, but the schedule is very friendly, right? I mean, you open with Southern Utah. Baylor is going to be plucky, but it's at home. Utah is just different at home. You do play at Oklahoma State and home against Arizona. Those are both projected to be top 20 matchups before your bye week. But then after that, guys, there's nobody on this schedule that scares me. At Arizona State, TCU, at Houston, another bye week, BYU, at Colorado, Iowa State, and at UCF. I mean, really, aside from we'll see what TCU decides to do this year, but that's at home. Iowa State's at home. The long road trip to the bounce house, maybe that's the trap door at the end of the season, but boy, it looks awfully friendly for the Utes.
Yeah, and this is, again, a Utah team that's won a couple of conference championships in the Pac-12 the last few years. So not a whole lot of, lack of confidence going into this new conference. A lot of them are probably thinking, well, we handled Oregon and Washington some of those years and USC some of those years. What is Oklahoma State or UCF or any of that? Like, there's got to be some of that mindset, right? Where they're saying, we've played harder teams than y'all and still competed in our conference. We're not really that scared. I think that this is a great pick, honestly. I mean, it's been kind of the trendy pick. I've been on the Utes bandwagon, pretty much since the start of the show. But yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of fun watching them grow. What Whittingham's able to do is pretty amazing. And in my opinion, I think he's always gotten the most out of his guys. And this is not going to be a poorly coached or an ill-prepared team. That's just not going to be what this team is. If you take that up against all the other teams on the schedule, I could probably find you somewhere where I could say, oh, they're going to either out-coach or out-talent or out-physical just about every team on the schedule, maybe except for at Oklahoma State. Like maybe Oklahoma State can match up with the coaching and the physicality and all of that. And so if you're giving me one game where you're going to say, hey, it's maybe a toss-up or maybe a guaranteed loss, I'm still going to take the one-loss Utes to find their way to the playoff.
And I think if they do lose that game to Oklahoma State, that would mean to me that they're probably going to rematch with Oklahoma State in Arlington later in the year and have a chance
which would be fun.
Loss. And it would be really fun. Yeah, exactly. So I like that a lot. Kansas State is another contender for that Big 12 spot. I don't know that the Big 12 gets more than one team in this year. I think that's where this bet is a little bit risky because I think it's win or bust. I think they're going to be a one-bid league. But it's going to be interesting to follow the Utes this year. I really like how the schedule sets up.
Gracious him. How about